The first match of Trackmania Grand League Challengers Spring 2022. We have Default, Avon, Mika, and Miquattro ready to duke it out on Quicksand. This is a map where the pace is very fast. Oh, I can tell that it's lagging. Is it only good if I'm not full screened? I don't know. We'll try. So Quicksand, it's... Oh yeah, no, this is not good. This is very laggy. I do see what you guys see. It's 0.1 FPS. Yeah, I can tell. What happened though? One second, guys. I wonder what it could be. Don't panic. No need to panic. I'll update you guys by radio. What's going on? When I know, but for now I have no clue what's the cause of the FPS issue. It's fixed? That is so strange. It's not full screen. We are in windowed. Avon does take the first round. Alright, let's get into it. So we had some lag problems the first round. Now we can see what's going on. Avon took the first round on Quicksand, and you only need 3 rounds to win each map here. So Avon's already well on his way there. Just needs 2 more. As I mentioned, it's a high-paced map. You drive at 400 speed through this banked dirt corner, and they all did it pretty well. Except for Mika, who hit on the outside after the turn. But no. Guys, I'm gonna need to fix this real quick. This is unwatchable. Give me a moment here. Let us... we'll get into it, but for now we might just have to surrender match 1 and try to figure out what the cause of the problem is. I think there's a couple of things to try. Oh, is it in-game settings? Oh, it's 1 frame. Wait, did that already fix it? Is it better now? My god, some of the settings in this game never cease to amaze me. We are back, apparently, without lags. Everybody calm down and then get hyped again for Trackmania Esports. Avon just won 2 rounds back-to-back. We didn't really miss much. Now he crashed, though. And perhaps we finally get to enjoy some of this high-quality gameplay. We see Miquattro with a small lead over Default. Question is if he can keep it through the bobsleigh. Default got a beautiful turn there, and he's catching up before the end of the map here. There's a ice slide that you have to do after this corner, where you can either go very early to the left or late. And you see Default going early here, but he will have less speed. And this is a thing that the players go back and forth about. Like, do you go inside line? Do you go outside line? What is actually the best approach there? And it seems like Miquattro's figured it out. He gained half a second over Default, and now just needs to hold the end. This is the main identity of the map. You have no brakes on the car anymore. You just have to go full speed. And he gets there. 1:08.67 the winning time. That is pretty solid. The world record here just reached under 1:08. It's a 1:07.9 by Massa. You got that, I think, just a few days ago. So 108.6 in a match is good. Avon in the earlier round drove 108.4. So he really shows that he could win this first map and go into the winner bracket. It's not over if you lose the first match here, but winning does put you in a good spot for the later rounds, where you try to stay in the champion match. Avon in the lead, just ahead of Mika and McQuattro, but we know that Mika is a god on ice, so the question is if he can regain some of the ground he's behind Avon. And yeah, you can see he is perhaps getting a little bit closer with a bit more speed. Avon's still with a very solid lead though. Mika's gonna try to go for a different line here, setting up differently before the ending. Avon just gaining more and more time, and here he could already close out the first map. Less speed than the others, but a great lead, and he takes the first map with the winning seed. So now the players will drive until top 2 and top 3 have been decided for the seeds. Getting top 2 here would put you into the winner's bracket as well. Currently McQuattro looking the best to do so. Mika drove a fast time previous round though. Although he didn't win, Default crashing out. It's a 1 versus 1. McQuattro versus Mika, going into the bobsleigh now. Oh, Mika getting more exit speed by setting up so early. Now trying to go wide for the tech turn. But McQuattro is holding on, fighting in first there, not letting Mika really get a lead. And though Mika tries on the ice, he clips, and McQuattro has a chance here to go into a 2-point advantage. Huge gap down to his opponent. Just needs to time the dirt turn here towards the red booster and then quickly snap to the left. Hit as much of the dirt as you can. Dodge the sand for more speed and you get a 108. McQuattro now with 2 points. So he is finalist. Looking for that 3rd point now. And one interesting thing is that the 3rd and 4th seed, it does matter if you get 3rd or 4th. If you get 3rd here and win in the next one, you go into gold. But if you have 4th, you go into silver. So 3rd place is important as well. Quattro though, really good run so far. No mistakes. But Mika is only a 10th behind before the ice, and he really tried to risk it last time. I expect no less this time, just a clean ice slide, and the exit speed, is it there? Not as good as he'd hoped for. McQuattro is gonna actually gain on Mika in the ice part. Staying a couple of tenths ahead. And Mika now really has to hit a lot of dirt in the end to gain back the time he's behind, and he's not gonna get it. McQuattro will take the 2nd place in this match and join Avon in the winner's bracket. So now it's just a straight up 1v1. You have Mika versus Default. First to 3 points. I think actually one of the first time these two players compete against one another. We saw Default in the World Cup last summer, but Mika did not get through the qualifier there. Now though, in this 1 versus 1, he is trying to I was gonna say get a knockout, but there is no knockouts this season. I think they have been removed, so Mika has to get to the end of the map to win the round instead of knocking his opponent out with 3 consecutive checkpoints. And looks like he'll be able to do that. The ending here isn't that scary. It's only about how much speed you can carry, but usually you will survive it without a crash if you just time this entry correctly. And Mika does get that. Safely into the finish. 109, you can tell he slow down the pace a little bit. Took it just as safe as he needed to. And it's still not too late to salvage this. Get into the highest seed of the losing players. Do you see actually different approach than the start? Default entering the wall ride a bit later for more speed, and last time he crashed here with that speed, this time he carries it. A great approach onto the plastic, low line there, lets him overtake the lead. And Mika had to release the turn before the bobsleigh. That gives Default a solid advantage in this round. More speed now, just needs to dodge the checkpoint, and he gets that. 0.4 of a second ahead. Is that gonna be enough on the ice part versus the uncontested world's best ice player? You can see Mika gained 2/10 right back. Default still remains ahead. 0.3 now before the ending. Turns on the quicksand. Oh, and Default goes too early. I was just saying how you shouldn't really crash there, but he full committed to the right. And Mika takes that. That is something we don't usually see. But he goes into the wall. And pays the price for it. Mika winning that round, and here, Default just crashed out in the start. Mika will take the third seed on the map here as Default hits the retire button. So that is this match completed. Avon gets first, McQuattro in second, Mika third, and Default gets fourth. Just a formality now for Mika to drive to the ending. So while that's going on, let's check the other matches ongoing. You can see that Wosal has won in match 1. It's a double finalist. And Darkwix and Soldier have won in match 2. I think we're going to just hop onto server 1 here and see how this match concludes. Let's see. The matches are all played simultaneously, so we jump into the action here and we see that Enner did just win his match as well, together with Wosal. Enner is the highest rated seed for the season, and oh, look at this. Rossi with a different starting line. This is something the players have perhaps been keeping secret. It did not gain at all in this round, and Rossi actually crashes out with it. But I expect we might see that in later matches too, because it gives you more exit speed. Skander, though, will close out this match in similar fashion to what Mika did. Just needs to reach the finish line, and that is GG. So we can then have a look at the fourth match. No, that one is concluded as well. Link, Dark, and Hedra take top 3. But perhaps this one still ongoing, the third match. Then, of course, the brackets will be reshuffled, and we'll see round 2. Soppy versus Snow. Snow has only 1 point, and Soppy is finalist, so Snow needs to win 2 rounds in a row here. It's just barely out of Soppy before the ending, and here he goes way too much on the sand, meaning that Snow will win and take that third spot. So now we have all the final standings. Let's take a look. Wosal, Enner, and Skandir, Avon, Mika, and McQuattro. We have the Darkwick, Soldier, and Soppy, and Link, Dark, and Hedra taking the highest seeds. Rossi, Default, Snow, and Tween have the bottom seeds going into this. Okay, that is round 1. Just want to say terribly sorry about the lags. New computer, not everything works as I'd hoped it would, but from now on we should be good, guys, with the quality. Welcome all to the cast. There's a lot of matches today. There's the Challenge League that we're watching now, and then after this we have the Trackmania Grand League as well, the top 16 in the world. I can quickly show you. I see if we have the schedule. Do we? We do. We are in week 1. The season just began, and there are, non-stop action until May. So about the next 2 months, we just have Trackmania esports every Sunday. And we only got to see the first map here, but now they're going to switch maps. We're going on to Icy Jump as the next one. So the interesting thing about the new format is that, let's say you're bad on map 1, it might not matter if you're good on the last 4. If you're bad on map 2, it might not matter if you win map 1 and you're good on the last 3. The 2 maps that you really have to practice every time is map 4 and map 5, because those 2 matches you have to win to get the highest medal, the champion medal. That's how it works. But we should have new servers coming up in a second. Then we'll see who to watch from there. So server 1 is Soldier, Wosal, Link, and Quattro. That is a really solid match. That is all the winners. And then there's one more winner match to take a look at. Which is... oh, I have them here. Avon, Darkwix, Enner, and Dark. Now, from a caster's point of view, casting a match with a player called the Darkwix and Dark is going to be a challenge. But the first match looks pretty good. Wosal, Link, Quattro, and Soldier. I think we're gonna hop on there. Ender and Avon is equally difficult, yeah. Let's jump right in. Ooh, okay. Okay. Players are already warming up, and I'm seeing some wickedry. You guys didn't get to see this, but is that actually a strat? No, I'm not sure. Soldier did a 360 on this jump just now. This is the last part, the identity of the map. If that is a strategy, then things are gonna get very interesting here on Icy Jump. The world record is by Mutta, a 110.7. And that is the first time I've seen anyone do a 360. The 360 strat is real. Okay. That's hype. Let's see if he actually goes for it then. Jumps over the barrier. That's a tough one. And then you have the outside dirt corners here. For a very early left turn. Set up for this downhill drift. You can see the end in the distance, the ice part. There's a bumper. Immediately into... he actually goes for it. Oh, and that is a lesson in Trackmania physics. Because he lands with more rotational force by doing a 360. Instead of canceling his rotation and doing a right tap like others have done. It's actually really clever. Because he skips a right tap on the landing. It makes a lot of sense when you see it. And I wonder if more players have this. Because the car just more naturally goes into the ice slide angle that you need. See if Link here in the end goes for it. No, he does the normal setup. So he's going to tap right on the landing here. To set up for the ice slide and then bumper. This is another strategy as well. Do you go for the style points, or do you go for the fastest strategy? Who knows? We're about to start match 2 here. We're watching the winners from round 1. It is Soldier, McQuattro, Wosile, and Link. And we're on Icy Jump, starting with a 15-second warm-up. Now, out of these players on the leaderboard, the highest or the fastest personal best that I could find is a 111.5 by McQuattro, 0.6 actually. And the world record is almost a second faster. So I do wonder if some of them have secret personal bests that they have done offline and not revealed. Or perhaps the world record from Mura, which is a 110.75, just is really, really strong. We will soon see here. In the first race, we have Soldier building up quite a lead before the plastic. Here, you really have to keep the gear so you can do this bumper jump over the barrier there. Link is getting a bit closer, but McQuattro and Wosile are falling decently far behind, and only first place in these rounds matter. Getting second is not good enough, so you have to go all in here in the end. We have Link, who doesn't go for the 360 versus Soldier, who does, but Link hits the wall, so his closest competitor is McQuattro. Look at that wicked flip. Will Soldier win this round? Oh, he's going quite wide there, but he reels it back in for the finish. 111.94 to take the first point. Second round in, and we see players doing a Neo slide on the start there to set up for an early ice slide. Here, no slide ideally to get a bit more speed. And then you want to set up wide on this platform for the downhill drift. Of course, all this easier said than done, but you can see the speed that McQuattro will get out of this. It's a lot higher than that of Link, and he should be jumping back up into second place. Wosile with a great start so far, making it hard for the others to follow. He dropped the gear. That gives them a way back in. Now onto the dirt they go. Soldier and McQuattro have fought their way back into first and second. Wosile still trying though, and this is going to come down to the ending. Perhaps Soldier's 360 strategy will be the fastest one. The others are not doing it. And a respawn from Wosile as he does not have the trajectory. McQuattro with more speed, but it's not enough. It's a great round, but Soldier wins it with a 111.64. And that is faster than his personal best on the leaderboard. So Soldier has definitely practiced offline. Good time. And with that, he won twice in a row. He's actually already finalist. But in this round, it will be tough to get the hat trick. 0.3 behind already from here. Nothing to lose by risking it. Gains 400s in that turn. Good speed, actually, on the bobsleigh, too. Not getting much closer, but little by little, he's reeling the others back in. That is a big mistake, the airtime. Now loses a lot before the turn, and it will perhaps not be Soldier's round here. McQuattro has gotten a massive lead as we see that Wosile hits the wall. Link versus McQuattro in the ending. Both two really good tech players here. Both of them have been in the Challenger League finals in previous seasons. Link even qualifying to Trackmania Grand League in a previous season. Looking to do it again here by picking up a point and putting himself on the board in the first step. McQuattro has also been really close, but never quite made the step up to the top 16. See if he can do it this season. One thing they have changed now is that the best player from the Challenger League after all steps are played just gets auto-promoted. And the bottom player from Grand League gets automatically demoted. So there is a really good chance if you beat these other 15 players through a season, then you just auto-qualify. And then there are also 3 spots that will be played for in a head-to-head at the end of the season, but we have a long way to go before we get there. Can Soldier close out map 2 here and take the win, or will McQuattro try to snipe him in the ending? We saw McQuattro get sniped. Now is he gonna try to be the sniper? Does not really make it. Crashes the checkpoint, and that is Soldier winning map 2 and putting himself in the champion match once we go on to map 3, which is Tightrope. Great performance. Overall, really consistent. He could not win the last round because he was so far behind in the start. But apart from that one blunder, he looked very good on this map. Now, in his absence, let's see who can pick up the remaining points. Here, only top 2 is good enough for the winning side of the bracket. And Link already has a point, but a very awkward landing there, which puts him far behind McQuattro and Wosal. Oh, McQuattro keeping the gear. I don't think Wosal did. So now the difference is in McQuattro's favor, ever so slightly. Wosal, though, risking it onto the dirt, going very far out on the bank turn to put himself in the lead. 2 turns to go and the identity. I think both players go for the sideways lineup. Turn the car not 90 degrees, but very close to it. And then a right tap to give you an ice slide. McQuattro with more speed, and he will actually take this one. Link failing the ending there. No, Wosal, sorry, failing the ending. Alright, next round. Right back into it. We don't really see players going for the no slide here that we have seen from players in the Grand League. It's maybe a 10th difference, but very difficult to do consistently. Oh, Wosal. Not a spot you want to crash. You'll have so long before you can recover. Same here for Link, and it looks like McQuattro's been gifted around. His opponents have both failed, and he will realize that here on the splits. And once you see a gap like this, it's all about just pulling the brakes, not going for anything stupidly risky. The ending can still cause some problems, but there's no need to go for the most precise drifts inside the walls here. Just try to safe it. Small release before the jump. He's gonna hit the tree. Oh, almost. But he dodges it. That looked very controlled. And McQuattro will take it. 2 points for him now. So for the others now, if they want to get into the winner's bracket, this is when you gotta step up. McQuattro only needs one more win to get there himself. We saw Wosal miss this drift last time here. He misses it again. Really has not found the flow of that turn in this match. But Link has a good lead. Could deny McQuattro the win here and postpone the match. Half a second in front. It's not impossible to gain in the ending. All it takes is Link slightly messing up the ice slide, or McQuattro hitting the wall in the dirt. That gives him a bit more leeway, but he still needs to land the jump onto the ice We've seen player hit the trees, go too much sideways, and whatnot. Here, Link perhaps much on the left. He's gonna hit the checkpoint. Has to try to dodge it, but he hits the rock. Is anyone gonna catch him? McQuattro will actually take that round as Link does not get the ending right. And McQuattro does win it after all. It's not over until it's over. McQuattro wins together with Soulja. They go into the winner's bracket. Such a big jump. So if your lineup is a little bit off, that has big consequences. Way too dank. Next match, let's take a look at the other winners bracket. Avon, Enner, Darkwix, and Dark. Looks like Avon has already won. Let's see the remaining matches. So Enner is finalist. Dark has 0 points thus far. Oh, they're both listed as Dark in-game. I'm not sure who is who. But Enner is at least in front of Dark and Darkwix. This is the Darkwix. We can see the car skin. So Enner... Oh, also going a bit wide here, perhaps. That's not going to be a lot of speed towards the finish. Will Darkwix catch up? No. It's not going to be enough. And Enner gets the win. Joining the winner's bracket together with Avon. That's going to be a match. Avon, Enner, Soulja, and McQuattro in the next round. We got to watch that. Let's take a look at Group 3 here, which is the only one to not have any winners yet. Skander, Hedra, Snow, and Default, they all did lose a match earlier on. But here, if you win and you go into the 1-win, 1-loss bracket, that's not too bad. Hedra here has 1 point so far. Skander is finalist though. Chasing him down, 0.32, and great speed by Skander. If he gets this ice slide, he could make the comeback happen, but no, misses the jump, and that will put us into a triple finalist situation. Snow is finalist, Hedra is finalist, and Skander is finalist. So it does not really get closer than this. Only Default could prolong the match before it reaches a sudden death scenario. And now is when you really can't afford a mistake. Skander losing a little bit in the start. Things like that could be decisive. Hedra with a good approach to the drift. It's going to have more speed than both the BS Plus competition players. Going up into first now. Landing a bit wide, but maintaining the speed importantly before the plastic. Gets the setup and keeps the gear here. Hedra remaining ahead. Snow with a good speed slide though. Will catch up as they go onto the grass. Both players with a good gear up. And actually, this is a 4-player race still. All of them with a chance to win. So a lot can happen in the ending. Default, if he wants to deny the others, has to gain 0.3, but it looks like a battle between Snow and Hedra on the last jump. Who's going to carry the most speed in this ice slide? Hedra landing the first, but Snow with a better ice slide. Is it going to be enough? Just barely. 0.03 of a second. Snow wins the match and goes up into the gold match in the next phase. And quite heartbreaking for Hedra, you know, only 300ths as Hedra rather, when you're that close, but now you have to do it again. Drove a good time in the previous round. Skander didn't have the greatest start here. Default had to release on the drift, and this is another opportunity for Hedra to close this out. Solid lead here. Wide setup. Skander is gonna try an inside line, but you see how that can cost him. It's half a second now that Hedra has to work with. Into the outside turn, he clips, and never mind, this is gonna get a whole lot closer than it needed to be. The two Belgians overtake him, and now Dofalt versus Skamdir in the ending. Dofalt just on his heels, needs to win this. He's the only player that isn't finalist. Jumps barely over the tree, good ice slide, will it be enough? Oh, that should be Skamdir's win. And he will take it. Despite a bad first ice slide there, Skamdir comes back and secures the win. Together with Snow, they go up in to gold match, I think. So these are the standings. We have Soldier McQuattro and Avon and Enner are the top match. And then Link, Wosal, Darkwix, and Dark will enter into some combination. With Snow, Skamdir, Hedra, and Dofalt. Yeah. Really, I don't know how they shuffle, but here we can see it. Soldier, McQuattro, Avon, and Enner. Link, Wosal, Darkwix, Dark. Snow, Skamdir, Rossi, and Mika is the third group. And Hedra, Dofalt, Sapi, and Tween is the fourth group. I think we're going to jump onto the first match here. Oh. But we have a couple of minutes to breathe in between the punches. These are intense matches. These are very intense matches. Would you guys want the overlay to permanently be on? Like the match overlay that you can see the other matches at the same time? Or is it too many numbers? Because I'm not sure yet if that's good to have. Or if it's just cluttering the overlay, if there's so much to like grab your attention. Yes? Alright. We can do that. We can definitely do that. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, but we'll put it in the corner. It can be a lot smaller, yeah. That's what we are doing right now. You can see how this looks. Players are joining onto the server. And we're about to start Tightrope. I feel like it's cluttery. No, I think it's a bit much. It fits that spot, but it's like I think we will turn it off. By the way, this map is crazy. This is one of the coolest maps I've seen in the map pack this season. It is so compact. Like, this is a 1 minute track. And it's only like half the stadium. And that means there's a lot of low speed drifts, very narrow corners. And it's really satisfying to see how the best players navigate it. It's very technical. The world record on it was driven by Pack, I think, the other day. Set an amazing time of 1 minute 10:47, which is completely unheard of. It's completely insane. And then you have the identity of this track. The ending is driving on a tightrope, so you can see it right here. Balance on the first beam, set up for the second one, and then go for the third one without falling off. Every track has one identifying obstacle part, and this is this map's part. It's very difficult. And they can release there. It's like you can slow down and drive it slower. But at the same time, it is... your opponents are going to drive at full speed. All these players are so good that they're going to drive at full speed. If you start releasing and saving it and stuff, you're going to lose. They are going to beat you. You have to just commit. That's the scary part on Tightrope. But great steps so far from all these players. They won their first two matches. Now, someone of them will have to take a loss, take an L. There will be two players that have a 3-0 scoreline. Avon in particular has looked really good on the day. On the first map, and he also won dominantly on the second one. On the leaderboards, the fastest personal best that I can see in this heat is Miquatro with a 1:11.09, 6/10 behind the world record. But here we go onto the map. Started with a tight drift there into the outside bank turn. Here we have a neo slide of Miquatro. Hit the inside. Very important to delay the gear on the grass there. They take a line where the gear shift happens later, so they get more speed. Here in the downhill, they actually release to, again, stay in the gear that they're in. A no slide across the dirt to carry more speed. Avon's done it all flawlessly so far. Just ahead of Soldier. But the ending is the deciding part. The tightrope balancing act is where this round will be decided. 0.2. It's a solid lead for Avon, though. Can't afford to release a little bit as they get there, but really, you're gonna have to be lightning precise. That doesn't make sense. Onto the beams. Avon gets the first one, but the second one was not lightning precise, and Soldier will take that one with thunderous precision, winning the first round. Really shows how you have to be on your game in the end there. Especially for players like Avon who do play keyboard. On parts like that, you don't really have as much control as a controller player would. In that, oh, that's a big mistake. In that you can't really adapt your line as much. One keyboard tap is a lot more than just gently changing your steering angle on a controller. And that might be what cost him there. But then again, Soldier is also a keyboard player. You can see the wheels just tap, tap, tap. Back and forth. But Miquatro and Avon and Anner are both controller players. Here in the uphill, very close between Soldier and Anner. Just 700ths apart before the end. And here, you really get to see why you need to full speed commit in the end, because if you won't, your opponent will, and they will take the point. Here we go. Soldier has a small lead, but Anner with a speed advantage, and Soldier released. Anner had to release as well. Anner about to fall off the beam, and out of nowhere comes Miquatro to take the point. Both Anner and Soldier hesitated, and Miquatro just went in. Didn't look back. It's a good demonstration. Also, this very first line into the triangle, it was something that Carl Jr., the reigning world champion, thought of. And at first he presented it as like a meme idea, but it actually made sense, and now everyone's using that line. Saves a few hundredths to go through the checkpoints triangle. So it's been given the name the Carl Jr. line ever since. But up until now, Soldier looking very consistent on this map. Though he didn't win the previous round, he's always been in that leading battle. And here again, 0.2 ahead of Miquatro, who looked like he unbound his brake key in the end. He did not slow down. And he will not slow down this time either. Can Soldier hold his lead? In the third round, he clipped, and Miquatro's just going all in. And Miquatro will take it. Back-to-back wins for the Finnish player. And a great time. That's actually, if, yeah, my numbers are correct, only half a second behind Miquatro's personal best. But doing that time consistently, not easy. Not at all easy. And what's interesting too is, like, if you were to try to save that ending, these players have built up like a rhythm in their practice. Oh, Avon getting airtime. Saves himself fairly well, doesn't cost a lot of time. If you ruin your rhythm by trying to save, it might just be harder than doing like the pattern you've memorized. So, all in really is one of the best options there. Whether you're 1 second ahead or in a close fight, McQuattro clipping as well. This could be Soldier's chance to get finalist as well, or it could be Evon to get himself on the board. 900's difference. Evon going a bit lower on the dirt line, and as Soldier hits on the exit, that is a big lead now. At least 0.3 of a second in his favor. Sets it for the second beam, all good, and gets in time to the third one. Evon winning, new best time, and a well-deserved point. Shaping up to be a very close match, this one. The only player not to really have much of the spotlight is Enner, who's had a lot of crashes early on into the rounds. We haven't really seen him get far without a mistake, but here in third, little bit closer, bit wide on the drift though. You saw how close McQuattro went, leaving almost no space on the drift there. Enner perhaps just driving a bit safer lines than his opponents is what's costing him. The gap is 0.3, and here it will extend 0.4 now. Soldier and McQuattro really battling this one out. And Soldier, this is where he made the mistake the last time. Now needs to get a great end to the 9. McQuattro the first win here. 0.18 is the difference. Has to full speed and hope for a mistake from the Finnish player, but he makes a mistake himself. Enner chasing him down though, and Enner, from not having the spotlight to getting the round of applause here. Sniping McQuattro on his win. That's one way to make a grand entrance. Now, all of them have a point. McQuattro has 2. And it's first to 3 points that will win the match. Oh, good drift there. Now they're going to set up for the gear. Soldier perhaps missing a little bit, but it does not show up in the splits. Evon losing time in the downhill, and once again McQuattro and Soldier have been the fastest 2 players. But Enner is going to join them in that battle. Actually, Evon as well. They're all trying to chase down McQuattro, the one finalist. 0.3 ahead of everyone else. And he is going to have to get a good ending. No doubt about it. How much will the gap be before we get to the tightrope? It will be nothing as he clips on the outside. Now it's a 3-horse race into the tightropes. Evon with the lead, but Soldier has a lot of speedy clips though. And will it be Enner again? No, he clips as well. It's gonna be Evon, who is the only survivor. Despite clipping a corner, he takes that win and goes into finalist himself. You need to have such precision on that part. Cannot afford the slightest inaccuracy, as it will ruin your trajectory. Very good match that we have on our hands here. McQuattro again, so consistent, so fast, but you have to wonder how long can he keep that up before he gets demotivated, you know? He's driving fast round after fast round, but the others always get him near the end of the map somehow. Whether it's due to crashing before the identity or after. And soon they could overtake him and perhaps even win the match before him. He remains ahead before the identity once again. But can he hold that lead all the way to the finish line here, McQuattro, and take the first winning spot? He still has the lead. He has good speed. Just needs the 3 turns. The first one is there. Enner's getting closer, but not quite. He crashes. Evon crashes as well, and McQuattro will take that one with a new best time, 1:11.32. And with that, he successfully takes the first position into the champion match. Well done from Equator, and also well deserved. He has been driving so consistently. Now, despite Avon being finalist, you have to imagine Soldier being a favorite to take the second point. Avon crashing in that downhill drift. Soldier's been so consistently fast. His pace here really was matching Quattro, and he hasn't landed the end that consistently yet, but just this is already a winning spot if he can get across the tightropes. We saw Enner snipe once in the ending. Can he do it again? Nothing's for certain. Half a second it is. Soldier has a good setup. A lot of speed before the tightrope. The first one is there. He clips though. Loses speed and oh no, is it gonna happen again? Enner with another snipe. And he just picks these up. Enner doesn't have the greatest starts, but he makes work of that ending every time. And it's put him into finalist now. Second point secured. Double finalist situation, and Soldier, the fastest player consistently here. Before the end, it's not finalist. We could enter a spot with 3 finalists. So we see Soldier in first, but here Avon with a great jump. Good drift to follow, and Soldier will be in last here actually. Has to send a Hail Mary attempt here to catch up to the others. Oh, Enner clipping the corner. 1 versus 1. Avon trying to secure the spot. Soldier trying to deny him. 1100th is the gap. And we still have the 3 tightrope balancing parts left to go. Who's gonna deliver now? Oh, better setup for Avon. More speed. Just needs to time the turns. He gets the first one, but then he pulls off a backflip, and it will be a triple finalist situation. Whoever wins this next round wins the match. That is, you can tell they're going all in. You can tell. It does not really need description. So here we go then. Sudden death round. Soldier missing the outside dirt part, or perhaps he's just not fancying it, as we saw him do that last time too. It loses a 10th to Avon, but he's still in contention for the win. Avon did this part great last time, and now he's extending that lead. Setting up for the dirt no slide. This is going to be a big lead for Avon. Enner and Soldier are trying to catch up, but Soldier missing the lineup here completely. Avon clipping as well, and Enner clip too. This is much closer than it needs to be. The nerves have been felt by everyone. No one able to make a lead happen despite the 3 mistakes. This will come down to the ending. Avon with the lead. Enner catching up to make it an even race, and Soldier is only 0.2 behind them. Let's see who gets the best tightrope. Enner with the best speed going into it. Soldier's out of it. Avon having to release, and Enner will clutch it out and win to join McQuattro in the winner's match. Really just by virtue of his balancing on those beams. He did not drive the fastest pace throughout the map, but he was rock solid when it came to the tightropes. And well deservedly, they go into the winner bracket. It really just shows like you gotta deliver on that obstacle. You cannot afford to fail it. So there we have the second round concluded. Third round actually, never mind. The third round concluded. That was actually the longest lasting match. We see Link and the Darkwicks won in the second group. So they'll be joining McQuattro and Enner in the winner group, the next one. And if you're wondering how this format works, I could perhaps quickly pull it up. If it's your first time watching this format. because it can be difficult to understand. And you might be wondering, like, why do they keep playing matches? What's going on, right? I'll see if I have the asset to show you what I mean. Yeah. Do I have this? I don't know if I have it. Let me go over here meanwhile. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast so far. It's nice to be back with Trackmania Grand League. We've been waiting a long time. Waiting 3 months for this to happen, but now we're here. And so they are playing right now, the challenger players, but soon the best players, the top 16 will play as well. They start at 8 o'clock, which is in 2 hours. I do not have the asset. I have to download it, but I'll show you. I downloaded the asset. 1 second. Okay, I have it. So the format, right? The format that they are playing is this. A lot of things on the screen here, don't really worry about it. Right now, we are at this phase right here. They've played 3 matches. And, well, take Quattro and Enner. They've gone 3-0. Some players that came from the gold match, I think it was Darkwix and I can't remember the third player right now. They're in the top match. So if they win, they stay in the top match. If they lose, they drop out of the top match. Players who are in gold right now, if they win, they go to the top match. The goal is to be in the top match by the end of it. And then win that one to get the best medal. To get this medal right here, this is worth a lot. This could already put you into playoffs. So you want to get as many champion medals as you can. Golds are good too, silvers are good, but bronzes, I don't know how much they will matter in the end. So yeah, that's the format. Now, let me see if we have the new servers. Do we? Yeah, I think we do. We do. Okay. You do not understand. Basically, winning is good and losing is worse than winning. So right now we are watching the players who have won the most of the day. They have all won their first 3 matches or gone 2-1. No, 3-1. No, 2-1. And we'll see who remains in the top match. If you lose here, you go into gold division. Does that make sense? Like, if you win here, you remain in the champion division. If you lose here, you go into gold. If you lose in gold, you go to silver. So Enner, Quattro, Link, and Dark are our top players of the day so far. And they're going on to a very unique map. This is Water Glider. And for the first time, I think, in Trackmania Grand League history, we have underwater driving. It works much the same as normal driving, but you have wet plastic, which is very slippery. It is so difficult to drive. Immediately after it, we see a couple of players crashing here on the drop down. Now more plastic before we go underwater again. And really this map is about handling the car when it has wet tires. That is not easy. Like in this uphill, the car has wet tires and you can easily lose grip. Same in this downhill. We've seen it before. Players losing grip in the downhill and just crashing out. You have to be very cautious when you drive. And then the ending of the map is this water reactor hoverboarding, where you fly into the finish, or at least you want to. Enner, who we saw clutch the ending time and time again on the previous map, Here, he is the one to make the mistake and go into the wall. Link takes the first round. Now, the world record on this map is a 57:12 by mime. It's a really fast time. That's almost 3 seconds faster than what the winning time here was. I don't really know what he did in that run. But we'll see mime play later tonight. Perhaps he's going to reveal some secrets. Here, though, we see Miquato hitting the grass. You definitely don't want to do that. Want to stay on the road as much as possible. Enner, how are you going to manage the speed here? He's very fast. Dark's even faster, and he's just going in. Down the hill. Keeps the grip as well. Good battle here for the first place. The other two players have failed, but Enner versus Dark in the end. Dark releasing a lot into the water, and Enner will remain ahead, and now he does not miss the finish. 59:08 the time. Next one. Let's see. We haven't seen much from Miquato or the Dark Wix yet. And if you lose this match, the fourth match in particular, you are unable to get a champion medal. Because in the last match, you will be in gold. You will be in the gold bracket. So this is a very important match to win if you're in the champion match. So it's not a good map to keep failing on. Miquato crashes out again, and Enner, he's looking so strong. Keep in mind, Enner, the #1 seed going into the season. He won the seeding event that happened 2 weeks ago, and he's really showing why here. Even against the other 3 best players on the day, he's far in front. Now then, Enner is finalist. One more round will give him the spot in the champion match on the last map, which is what you need if you want to win the step. And apart from that, it's just mistake after mistake from Miquato, who looked really good on the other maps, but this is far from what his speciality is. He's really good on tech, particularly in Miquato. This is very much so just an obstacle track all the way through. A Link in the lead. They have been able to keep up with Enner here, but can they match him in the ending? He was good last time, and here, look at this line he takes. Just goes for it, Enner, and he's gonna get another win. Enner is in the final. Now it should be a little bit easier for the others to win rounds. I mean, the only round that Enner didn't win was one where he crashed the ending. Apart from that, he was first every time, so it's clear he had prepared really well for this one. But now that he has qualified, who will be the second best player in this heat? Miquato. Important round to not crash now, after Enner has qualified. Just needs to avoid airtime, straight into the wall. Oh, and Dark hits the wall as well. Gets overtaken by Link. And here also loses a bit of grip. This could be Link going into finalist with a second round win. Just needs to get the hoverboard part correctly. Good timing on the last sear, and that will be Link with 2 points. The uphill there, it's so tedious because you want to carry as much speed as possible, but if you're just one kilometer an hour too fast. The car loses grip with the road and you go flying. There's nothing you can do if you get just the tiniest bit of airtime. So McQuattro needs to brake a little bit more next time, but he doesn't really get many more chances. This is one of the final rounds, especially with Link finalists. It could be the last one on this map. Here needs to brake a lot more, needs to avoid flying out, but he slides out instead. And it's mistake after mistake, sadly. It's a hard rut to get out of. Can Dark prolong the match here, or will Link beat him in the end and take the second spot into the champion match? Here, Dark has commit all in, but he misses the turn. And Link will be the second player from this heat to go into the final champion match. Link and Enner will go there. And let's check the other matches to see who they will be joined by. Especially Solja, Rossi, Evan and Skandir. Who's going to win this match? We see that Solja has already won and Rossi has already won as well. It's Solja, Rossi, Link and Enner in the top match. Confirmed. Okay. Can quickly check if any of the other matches are ongoing. Hedra is finalist. Dofal is finalist as well. This is the silver match, so whoever wins here goes up into gold to face off against players like silver. Yeah, they go up into gold to face players like McQuattro. Let's see who gets the best ending here. Wosal, perhaps able to extend the match. Two finalists chasing him down. Dofal with more speed. This is going to be difficult. Last hoverboard turn decides. Dofal tries to commit, but it is Wosal who wins it. So he is finalist as well. Oh, and there's a big mistake. Who was it? It was Wosal. A clutch immediately followed by a choke. It's almost like he pulled a... I don't really know the term. Hedra, though, is finalist. Trying to close this one out. Go up into gold. Has had a few attempts at it. Dark is only 0.3 behind the uphill. If he risks it, could get him closer. This is the Dark Wix, not the Dark that we saw in the previous match. Two players with very similar usernames. Hedra still in the lead before the final hoverboard part, but he bounces out. Dark Wix takes the lead. Last turn now. Commits early for the turn and he gets it. We have a quadruple finalist situation. The top two win and go into gold. The bottom two lose and go into bronze. 2 rounds in a row. Whoever wins, wins. It's that simple. You've had your chances. Now you just gotta win the third and final point to secure yourself. Any mistake here means you're automatically out of it. We see Hedra doing exactly that, crashing into the entry of the dirt. He's out of it. It is Dark, Wosal, and Dofal left to fight for it. Dofal with a good plastic no slide. Puts him into first place. Dark with more speed though. Catching up before the underwater part. Here a bit wide on the exit. Will he have the timing? Oh, he slides out. And that means it's a neck and neck race between Wosal and Dofal for this first finalist spot. Who's going to be into the reactor part? Wosal has the advantage, but it's all about this early turn. And look at the speed from Dofal. It's going to be a hard commit to the left to carry it back. And no, it will be Wosal taking that first quadruple finalist round. Something you don't see too often. Default though, close second, but that's not enough. You have to win. It's only a 10th difference. So this is the final round. Hedra clearly with the most opportunities at winning as finalists. This is the last one he and the others will get. Default clipping, but that was a great line regardless. Keeping up close here. The uphill is so decisive. You cannot afford to lose grip. They all keep it. Default playing it very safe here. Did not go as fast as he usually does, and he is alive in the race to fight for it now. But his opponents are far ahead. Dark versus Hedra in the ending. Dark jumps out, bounces out, and so does Default. This is Hedra's round to win, and he takes it. Will join Wosile in the gold match. And they will face off against Dark and Miquatro. GG's. So, we're getting closer to the conclusion here. We're gonna have, I wonder if we're gonna have the challenger match immediately. Like the champion match, rather. Essentially, we are here. I'll show you. We are at this part of the bracket. Right here. This bottom one. And you can see that champion match is gonna be the top one. Whoever wins that gets a champion medal. These are worth a lot. If you lose the match, you get gold. If you win the gold match, you get gold medal. If you lose the gold match, you get silver, and so on. In the Grand League itself, these 3 matches will be played first, and then the champion match after it. But it might be that in Challenger, they're all played simultaneously. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of text, it's a lot, but just look at this. Just erase this top part from your mind and think, okay, champion match, if you win, you win. Champion medal. Then it's a lot easier to understand. But yeah, if you want to look at the entire format, it quickly gets big block of text. My brain can't compute, so that's why I'm trying to explain it in simpler terms for you guys. It looks like they will be played simultaneously, so we are going to watch the champion match and get into it. The final track is Grassline, which is a good one. It's a good final track. It has a bug slide. I always get like surprised by the sound. Always surprised. Here we go. We're on the server. So are the players. This is one of the maps that I've seen players practice the most, and it makes sense because it's the last track. This one decides your medals ultimately. So there's a lot of different lines they've discovered. Players have also hinted at new lines that they have yet to reveal. Don't know about that, we'll see, but it's just like when you look at a leaderboard and a lot of the times are driven, like a lot of players are missing their personal best on the leaderboard, you start to think, huh, could someone have a little trick perhaps? But on this map, we don't really know. There's some tricks though that everyone uses and are kind of like public knowledge. For now, we're just gonna see the warm-up. But here you can see the bug slide in the ending. That is the obstacle part. You have to land sideways in a drift and then carry that through the turn. You can perhaps follow Link through a practice run here while Enter joins. You have to wiggle on the grass at 200 speed to gain a bit of speed. Then jump diagonally here to land earlier on the grass. Commit inside line to that turn. Speed slide the exit. gear up before this jump on the platform. And here, just full speed. Try to land as early as you can after it. Set up wide for the drift. Go down before the freewheeling so you go up onto the reset. Wiggle here for speed. And it looks like we're going to start. So Link stops his run. But yeah, great to see Rossi here. It's a player we didn't really see in the champion match. He lost one of his early matches. But then he won every single match after it. And that's why he made it up to the final champion match. Rossi, Link, Soldier, and Enner. The top two get a champion medal. The bottom two get a gold medal. They've all really won at this point. But getting a champion medal could already put you into playoffs. So we'll see after the warm-up. Okay, if anyone has a trick up their sleeve, now's the time to reveal it. We see the dirt wiggle to get more... dirt wiggle, grass wiggle to get a bit more speed there. All of them do it. Here, the speed slide. Very familiar territory for all of them. And the full speed commit into the turn. Really well executed by Enner, who takes first for now. Then into the freewheeling. You want to set up low so you can go high up into the turn. Look at how close Link just went. And it pays off. You get a lot more speed and a better trajectory for the loop after it. Enner and Soldier, 1800s ahead of him, but he's catching up here before the end. Here into the dirt, another speed slide, and then we have the bug slide in the ending. Set up wide to the right, and now try to put the car sideways into a drift. Cancel the drift, and no slide to the finish. That's going to be Soldier winning round one with a great time already. 1:03.24 is really good for matches. Impressive stuff. And already one of the 3 points he needs to just win the match here, Soldier. Just needs to repeat that 2 more times. The world record on this track is a 1:02.66 by mime. So about half a second faster. Oh, really good uphill line from Enner. That was masterfully done. Soldier almost matching him though still. Keeping up with Enner, just like the last round. They were the 2 fastest, Link in 3rd. It's a repeat round. But here Enner crashes, giving Link perhaps a chance now. Just needs to get a better bug slide than Soldier in the ending. Important to land early for the slides. You can set up early. Link not really having the trajectory, falling off. And that means Soldier gets 2 quick rounds back to back. And you might have thought, like, wait, why didn't he steer more? He just drove off the platform. In the ending, at the very last turn, players only steer at about 40 to 50% strength. And the reason is that if you steer any more, the car actually loses grip. And it's faster to keep the grip by only steering 40%. So he was trying to keep that no slide going instead of panic steering. On low speed on grass, you really don't want to slide. On high speed, you always want to slide. So here you're going to see them slide as much as possible. But in the ending, it's the opposite. Enner versus Soldier here, who is finalist and could right now win this match with 1 good bug slide and 1 good no slide. Enner's going to try to match him though. Clips the corner, has to set up for the no slide, but it will be Soldier with 3 quick rounds. And really just a great performance throughout the day, who is the first winner. GG's. Now the others have a chance to fight for the second spot. Rossi went wide there on the first corner. Not the best landing, but can compensate with speed if he commits here, perhaps. Yeah, he will get closer after the jump. Link already 1500s ahead before the loop. But we see this slightly sharper loop line actually paying off. It gains a few hundreds over the wider approach that Link does. Now the ending, it's neck and neck. Who of these players is going to strike first and get a point? None of them could match Soulja, but now they just need to beat one another. Enter clipping the corner and he flies off the edge. It's Link to win the round with a 103.6. Really shows how precise that drift is. I mean, you're drifting across a bridge, which is only the width of the car itself, so you don't really have a lot of space to work with. But the players have practiced it and found as consistent setups as they can. But you are taking some risks in the end there if you want to win. That is the name of the game. Enter with a slightly worse start, but you see him gaining it back again, at least towards Link with this loop line. Now it is Rossi in a really good spot. Try to win it. Link catching up though. Good speed slide, good gear, and just like that, Rossi's lead is gone. Now comes down to the slide. Rossi too wide. Link having to panic brake. Will he stay on? No, they both fall off. Link quick to respawn, and he's actually still gonna win. My god. Enter just retired when he fell off, and that's why Link wins. He's 2 points. Enter just gave up, and that's why you should never give up, because your opponents could have made the exact same mistake. There's a checkpoint on the bridge, so Link just respawned to it instead of giving up completely. It worked out. Now needs only one more point. That is an important round to take. I mean, just morale as well. Like, when your opponents fail and you win, and you still win, that gives you such a morale boost. It's hard for the others to come back from, perhaps. Really close round. All of them are equal before the end. We are going in to a highly risky part, and no one's gonna hold back. Link could potentially end the match right here, right now with a good bug slide. Has not the best setup for the no slide though. Will it be Rossi? And there you can see it. Just that no slide through the final corner. If you can carry the speed through it, it gains so much. And he takes the point, denies Link the win, and extends the match. The closer to the corner you end up after the bug slide, the worse, essentially. You want to end up wide, and you want to be able to carry the no slide. Big release here from Enter. And there's a long part until the corner starts. Loses a 0.3 of a second and even has to drift into it. Enter is far behind here. It's going to be Link versus Rossi into the second half. Rossi again having to deny Link if he wants to win this match. Is he going to be able to do it on the identity? He needs that wide setup. Link has not looked that strong on the bug slide, and here he clips, giving Rossi a chance. They're both finalists now after that mistake from Link, and nothing's over yet. And now for Enner, this really is desperation. You need to win 3 rounds in a row. If you do not win here, one of the other players will, and the match is over. It is not impossible though, but he hasn't looked as sharp on this map as he did on the water one. So winning is gonna be a lot tougher. Has that better loop line that we see, and he's catching up to Link now. Gained almost a 10th in the loop there. Just with that. The difference is only a few hundreds between all of them, and it's impossible to predict who's gonna win here. Just have to see who gets the best bug slide and the no slide. Link clipping the ring, he's not gonna have it. Rossi going off the edge, and that will be the first point for Enner. Only needs 2 more rounds in a row, which isn't that impossible. It doesn't sound as bad as winning 3 in a row. He can do it once more. He is finalist 2. But Link and Rossi are just consistently driving fast. That's kind of the problem, I think. At least in the start, they gain a lot over Enner, and if they happen to hit a good end once, it's game over. It's lights out. Like we saw at one end from Rossi, it was just... there was no contest, so... Enner needs to keep up in the start, and he is doing that. That was a beautiful uphill. Has the lead before the loop, meaning he will be far ahead after it. Or at least a little bit, only 300s. Link lost a 10th though. Now into the ending. Rossi not with the greatest setup. Enner's gonna have more speed across the dirt, but he jumps, and that will balance out. Who's gonna take it here? Could this be the last round of the match? Link going wide. Rossi has the no slide, but Enner defends! By 300ths of a second, Enner defends the lead. And we are going into a triple finalist round. Whoever wins this round now takes the second champion medal. Together with Soldier. What a comeback it would be from Enner if he can manage to win this 3rd round in a row. Needs to not lose too much ground to the others in the start. We see Link had to release. That costs a lot. 0.2 of a second before the drift, but here he has to full commit to the uphill. Well, enters it a bit late here. Not the greatest speed, and you can see that after the loop here with the wide setup. He is losing ground to the others. Enner actually first on the 3rd round, has built up a lot of momentum and a small lead in the final round, but can he get the bug slide now when it matters most? Rossi's there, and Link enters the frame as well. Rossi too wide, I think, has to panic drift to keep it car on the platform, and it will be Enner to take the hat trick, the 3 rounds in a row, and the clutch in the final possible moment. That's a clutch. That's pulling a what now? Great stuff by all the players. Soldier and Enner are the winners on the day, both getting a champion medal. And Rossi and Link do get a gold medal for placing top 4. This match went the distance, so we already have the results. We see Dark Quicksand and Quattro get gold, Heather and Wolsal get silver, Skondir and Avon get silver, Soppy and Snow get bronze, Dark and Dofal get bronze, and Mika and Tween, perhaps a bit surprising, don't get any medals for 15th and 16th. So Mika and Tween, 2 really great players that really didn't get it to work today. We'll see if they can come back next weekend. Guys, that was Trackmania Grand League Challengers. Welcome to the stream if you just joined. This was the Challenger division. The main division